Hello, Colas, and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest as usual. We start with Pedri Gonzalez. In a recent interview, Pedri talks Xavi, Lewandowski, Barcelona captains, Bayern Munich, El Clasico, La Liga title race, and more. We are going to be discussing on that as we move ahead. Then to conclude this episode, talking about Barcelona, Clement Lenglet, who is currently at Tottenham Hotspur, as it has been reported that Barca and Tottenham are set to discuss permanent deal for the French defender in the summer. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, before we get right into it, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch right up to the very end. Barca, Barca, Barca. Speaking in an interview with Marca, Barcelona midfield prodigy Pedri Gonzalez has opened up on the club's prospects in the UEFA Champions League ahead of their key clash against Bayern Munich. The 19-year-old also discussed the criticism that manager Xavi and the club captains have had to face recently. Here are the key points from the interview with the midfield prodigy. On what they need to do against Bayern, Pedri said, Response: We did not expect what happened to us in the Champions League, but it has happened like this and it's a shame. We can't do anything now, although we have a little hope for the results of Victoria Pleasant and Inter Milan. We have to wait and see what happens, but we are aware that it is really complicated. On Barcelona needing a miracle to survive in the Champions League, he said, as long as it can be done, we have to believe. We know that it is very, very difficult for that to happen and that we need a lot of luck, but we have to be prepared. On Barca's failure in big games versus Bayern, Inter and Real Madrid, he said, I think that in the game against Bayern, despite the result, we had a good time, we had a good game, but the ball did not go in. And in the others, we have not been at ease or dominated as we like. It's been a bad run, and we have to improve so that in the next important games, we win. On whether they got carried away after a bright start, he said, No, I don't think so. I think that being Barca and playing the way we are playing, it's normal that expectations were high. Being a club like Barcelona, you have to choose to win everything and go for all the games and rivals. And that is what we wanted to do. But it didn't happen. Now we have to continue in La Liga. There is still a lot of competition left. On the criticism received by manager Xavi, he said, whenever there are bad results, almost everyone is criticized. I think it's difficult to be the Barca coach, but I think Xavi is doing a very, very good job. He has helped us young people a lot. He knows what it is to be a footballer because he has lived it. It is very nice to see how he helps us. He gives us advice. Hopefully, he can be with us and win big things and titles. On whether Xavi is the coach to get the best out of him, he said, I think everyone has helped me a lot. Pepe Mel gave me a debut in Las Palmas, Koeman in Barcelona, and Luis Enrique in the national team. And Xavi is also giving me a lot of confidence and is teaching me a lot. Everyone has already helped me. On the criticism faced by Barcelona captains, he said, criticism comes from outside when there are bad results, and those who have been here the longest are criticized. But I believe that when we fail, the whole team does it, not just the captains. In addition to experience and advice, they give us a lot, and when they play, they do it like all of us, the best they can. They help us a lot. On his connection with Robert Lewandowski, he said, with good players, it is easy to understand each other on the field. The truth is that Robert, from day one, has been magnificent with me. Despite not knowing the language, he has integrated very quickly. He helped us a lot. He gives us advice. He helps me and Xavi, who are participating more, and tells us to drive into space, to be there, that he will arrive, that he will take the central defenders for us to score. To have a player like him helps us a lot. Then on the over-dependence on Lewandowski for goals, he said, apart from whether or not B defines well in a play, what we have to do is deliver the balls to him well. If you don't pass to him, it is impossible for him to score. In that sense, it's more on us than him if he doesn't score goals. On whether playing the false winger suits him better, he said, up front, you touch the ball less because there are more opponents around you, but there you have more opportunities to score goals and help the team with goals or assists. It is what the coach asked me now, and I'm happy to do because it is a task that I also like to do. On whether Barcelona can win La Liga, he said, despite the defeats in the Champions League and in the El Clasico, I think Barcelona should think about winning the league. There is a lot of competition. I've already lifted Copa del Rey. It's a nice memory, and it would be nice to win it again. You have to try to win all things, all titles. I am so sure that this season, if we keep up the good performance, success will come. We have to work hard. On if Barcelona can snatch the title from Real Madrid's grasp, he said, yes, we can. We beat them last year and we can. We came from a bad dynamic. Now we have a better squad, good signings have been made, and we can beat them, I'm sure. On the FIFA World Cup, Pedri said, I think that my dreams will not be fulfilled until I win one of those trophies. Hopefully we will do well in Qatar, and hopefully I will have the opportunity to go, and then why not try to win the World Cup? On if he sees Spain as favourite, he said, I think that after the European Championship, we are a very strong team and there's a good group. But everyone says that Brazil and Argentina are favourites, and I prefer to go as the underdog. In the European Championship, we did not go as favourites and we played great. I prefer to go like this. Then, moving on to the next story of discussion. According to Fabrizio Romano on Here We Go podcast, even though there is no buy option in the loan agreement between Barca and Tottenham on Clement Lenglet, the two clubs have verbally agreed to discuss a permanent transfer option in the summer. Having fallen out of favour at Barca over the past season, Lenglet finally secured an exit from Spotify Camp Nou in the summer, joining Tottenham Hotspur on a season-long loan. The 27-year-old has joined the Lily White on a loan deal for a year and recently confirmed that there was no option for Spurs to make the move permanent at the end of the season. However, Fabrizio Romano has now claimed that even though there is no option to buy in the summer, the two clubs have a verbal agreement, of course, to discuss a permanent transfer for Lenglet when the season is over. Since joining the Premier League outfit in the summer, Lenglet has featured 8 times in all competitions, totaling up to 577 minutes, and has even registered an assist. However, his performances have not always been the most convincing. So it will certainly be interesting to see whether Tottenham Hotspur do show any interest in signing Lenglet on a permanent deal. Barcelona, of course, for their part, will be hoping to get rid of him permanently. His contract with the club runs until 2026, and having him back to the club would be a burden on the wage bill and Barca, especially considering that they are trying to shave off their salary mass. After joining from Sevilla back in 2018, Lenglet enjoyed a couple of impressive seasons at Spotify Camp Nou. However, the Frenchman saw his stock fall rapidly over the past couple of campaigns. He has made 160 appearances for Barcelona, scoring 7 goals in the process. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.